ever since the Trump administration came into office, they have engaged in totally illegal, unethical behavior that can be seen simply if you are a journalist or if you are law enforcement. You know this is true. You see all the statements and press releases coming from the DHS or ICE or immigration agencies around the US or the FBI or the agencies in general under Trump. They're making statements that are clearly false or as statements that have not been proven. If you look at the statements in the past from past administrations, when they make statements and they press releases and send them out, you see they always use the words alleged, suspected, still under investigation. Not talking about bringing conclusions in just a couple of hours. That's what the administration has engaged in. And the people that even support Trump should see this. All those hard Trumpers, you can argue with me all the time and say, oh no, you are wrong, you're a leftist, you're a liberal, even though I'm not. The issue is that they are making statements without an investigation, making an assessment just within a few hours, just like it happened with Renee Goodman after she was shot by the ICE thug, Jonathan Ross, or the officers or officer who shot Alex Petrie, and who need to be identified. They need to be identified. They were masked. This is the reason why they wear a mask, so they can do illegal things and make statements that are false. And all you have to do is compare two statements today so you can get an idea. Especially those of you who are in the media or in law enforcement. Look at the statement of the police chief of Minneapolis. Compare it to DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, their statements. How the chief of police of Minneapolis said, it is alleged, we're still on the investigation. So far, what it shows, he's speaking as the information comes along without making a certain agreement or a statement or an assurance of something. Kristi Noem, on the other hand, makes statements constantly like domestic terrorism. She was trying to kill the ICE agents, or he was trying to kill the ICE agents. It was going to be a. She's making statements to gaslight and also to manipulate the Trump crowd and Americans. And I mean, you can see this if you're smart enough. If you can see that what she's saying as a statement is not a statement. I mean, it's not true. She's making a statement, say it is obvious, just within 1, 2, 3, a few hours after it happened. You cannot do that. And you compare this to records to previous law enforcement heads and officials. They never do that. Why is DHS doing that? And why are people buying that? To me, it doesn't make sense how people can be so blind to yes, it's true, and buying what she says, this is so unusual. This is out of the ordinary. And this woman who carries a cross on her chest as a Christian, I've seen it before. This is really, is so sickening, I have to say, coming from someone who believes in God. You're either complicit if you're pushing and agreeing with this, or you are too naive to realize what is going on. That is just it. You're the complicit or you're naive. That's it. You choose where you are and make a change.